Welcome to our first episode of 2025. I'm so excited to be back for another year with you. We are on episode 287, which is crazy to me. We're going to hit 300 this year, which is so exciting. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast and joining us along in this journey. Some changes that are coming, but nothing too crazy. We are going to be having our episodes every other week. There's so much content for us to share, and so we're going to focus on getting that out to you and creating some new products this year. And so we wanted to bring the podcast to every other week. We're super excited about all of the interviews, but you'll want to make sure that you're subscribed either on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts, because there may be some bonus solo episodes that pop in here and there. I'm always having conversations with nonprofits and organizations, and topics keep coming up. And so sometimes there's things that I want to share with you, and we will be releasing those as bonus episodes, which you'll only hear about if you're subscribed so that you get those notifications. But for now, we're going to kick off the year with a conversation about government grants and government funding. My guest today is Matthew Lesko, and we're talking about kind of government grants and maybe some different ways that you can think about getting resources and additional funding that maybe you didn't know that you could do. So Matthew Lesko is known as the question mark guy for his eccentric suits and passion for helping people find government grants and financial assistance programs. For over 30 years, he's authored best-selling books, appeared on major TV shows like The Oprah Winfrey Show, and built online communities to educate individuals and businesses to educate on accessing little-known resources. His mission is to simplify complex government systems, empowering everyone to unlock opportunities they didn't know existed. And it's a fun conversation. Kind of goes a little bit all over the place, but you're going to get some great resources in here that you can share with regards to how to go after some government grants and some other programs that you might not know existed. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Welcome to 2025. It is a new year. It is exciting, and I can't wait to be alongside you on this journey. But before we get into it, this episode is brought to you by our featured free resources. We have so many free downloadables for you to access on our website at thefirstclick.net/resources. They cover everything from video marketing to self-care, to planning, to social media, to email, all of the things that you need support with. They're all there at thefirstclick.net/resources. So I hope that you will go check them out. Download the tool that will help you with where you're at right now and keep moving forward in your online fundraising strategies. So that's what's up this year. I'm so excited to be here with you, and let's get into the episode. You're listening to the Digital Marketing Therapy Podcast. I'm your host, Sammy Bedell-Mulhern. Each month, we dive deep into a digital marketing or fundraising strategy that you can implement in your organization. Each week, you'll hear from guest experts, nonprofits, and myself on best practices, tips, and resources to help you raise more money online and reach your organizational goals. Hey friends, please join me in welcoming Matthew Lesko to the podcast. Matthew, thanks for being here today.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I'm really not there. But you're
virtually
there.
In our virtual space. Yes.
And I'm here.
That's true.
But in this kind of weather, it's the way to do it.
It's true. It's true. We're talking government grants today, but before we kind of jump into all the goodness, why don't you share a little bit about kind of why you enjoy government grants and why you've built a career around it?
Well, I'm motivated by greed. And what motivates a lot of us, and a way to feed yourself in life. So that's a main thing. But then I found, I think another motivation is that we want to feel important in life. And so I found something that does both, and I'll keep doing it till I die. And I think that's the trick in all of us. And also the talents you have. I think we all have to, how we could love society more, or even our partners or anybody, is being as, coming from the heart as much as you can. And then you could grow that. So the more authentic you are, the more you could give to others, and the better you are at it, because nobody else could be you. They can't steal
Yeah.
you. So I found the perfect match, and I'll do it till I die.
Love that you said that, though, too, because that's something we're always reminding nonprofits about, is that as you're going out and talking to donors and funding, what you do might not be unique, but the way and how you do it is unique. And so go find the people that are the right fit and match for you. So I love that. I love that. Okay, so government grants, overwhelming. I don't think that I could possibly get them. I'm too small. All of the things that we kind of tell ourselves.
Why? How tall are you?
You're going to be a tricky one, I can tell. But how do we kind of start to get ourselves in the mode of like starting to find government grants and know that we could possibly qualify and be available for them?
Yeah, I think there are a couple things, that after 50 years of doing this, that are very important, is not to use Google. I mean, that is a death trap. It's a swamp. It's the only place we know that people go to get information. But unfortunately, you're looking for people to give you money. And Google is full of people that want to get your money. So you're going to go to Google and find things there, and you'll make a few calls, and everybody wants your money. And so to me, what that does is suppress your desire to think that you could do something, because everybody's saying you can't do this unless you pay me $5,000 or whatever. Everything there is a price. So you feel, and that's what ruins capitalism to me. Well, actually, not really, but to understand that that's only a piece of our society. We have two sections of our society. One is the capitalism, and that's cool. I mean, I love it, because actually, if nobody's paying for what I want to do, then I shouldn't do it, because we're here to love other people. And loving to other people, to me, is helping them do whatever they want to do, not what you want them to do. That's just selfish. So, and even in providing a service, providing help in the community, you're there to help other people, and that's the important thing, and not to do what you want them to do, but what they want. So capitalism, that's nice because they pay you the money and show you it's worth it. Now we have another society, part of it, and two-thirds of our society is capitalism. There's a third of our GDP that's not capitalism, what I call it, like a giving society, where the churches, nonprofit organizations, government. That's all the giving part of our society, or the loving society, whatever you want to call it. And that we don't know how to use. And we're not trained to do that. We're trained to use capitalism. So nobody knows. And we all have, the internet. And that means Google. And so they have 90% of all the searching in the world is done on Google. And that stops people from everything. And then also, that's where all the fraud is and all this kind of stuff. So it's just going nowhere. So you have to get out of there. And that's the important thing. So you're starting a nonprofit. Here's what I would do. Because you don't know, what you want to do, but the problem with starting anything, you have to figure out what is out there that makes sense, are the right tools for you to do. I mean, it's easy to say, I just need $100,000 and that'll solve everything. But that's the wrong way to go at it, I feel, because there are other options, other things to do, and other ways to get money that you would never think of. So what you want to do is get help from people that help you find those things and do those things. And that's not by doing research to find the magic application. It's by finding people who do that every day and will help you for free. And they help you for free. And that's right. So a place to do that, the government has set up to grow your nonprofit or to grow your business or to grow your organization, whatever you have. SBA has a database of just those people. Mm-hmm. So you go to here. And if you want to do it now, you can. I'll show you. SBA.gov and then /local assistance. Now, none of these organizations are SBA organizations. These are all nonprofit organizations that help you with any aspect of your organizations. You need legal help, you need financial help, you need marketing help, anything. And they're all free to do that. See, if you go to Google, and they're free. So you go to Google, you're going to find people that will say they're better, but they're going to cost you money. And so you probably won't do it. So they're the kinds of things I'm trying to let people know. And there's more than grants. I mean, 80% of the money that the government gives out is not even called grants. So that's why. So we work on what we think we know, and that's why our biggest challenge is getting over the shit we think we know, because it's wrong.
Yeah.
the world, but we don't think that, and it's hard to, because there's some we know, some we don't. So you have to go out and do the reconnaissance work, to find out your options, because you have just one option. You think this is the option to do. It's not. So if you have a nonprofit organization, what you may not know, okay, you have staff and what they do. Well, you can get money to train all your staff for free and hire staff and things like that. That has nothing to do with grants. They just pick up all the bills to do this.
Yeah.
And that's from the Department of Labor. So nobody would think about that. And so you have organizations, again, here's another place you could go, is something called the Career One-Stop Center. So if you're a nonprofit, it's careeronestop.org. See, everything that's giving you money or giving you help is going to be .org, you know what those are, the nonprofits, and .gov, government offices. They don't take money, they give money. So if you're struggling or trying to do something, without money, they're the only people you want to talk to. So if you go to careeronestop.org and make an appointment with a counselor there, tell them you have an organization, in your county or whatever it is, and how can they help you? And that's it. The main thing of using government offices is ask for help. Don't ask for money. You ask for help, because you have no idea what the hell's out there. And they say, look, oh no, we have no grants, sorry. But they have 20 million or something else, that will really help you. And the third thing I think I would do, no matter who I was or what kind of nonprofit, was every elected official you have. Okay, because they do that. They will put a bill in. I mean, I see the reports from congressmen and senators and things like that. Here, these are all the organizations we helped in our, all the people in our constituency we gave money for, and they name them and whatever. You can see it all in. And that's also a good place when you see who got that money. If you're a nonprofit that helps nonprofits, hey, they just got a whole shitload of money. But anyway, if you go to a good place to find all that, and this is at the state level too. It's not only the federal level. So you probably have a dozen or more elected officials you could bang on the door. And that's another group of people that want to help you find money to grow. I mean, everybody else on Google is going to help you to get your money. And so if you go to commoncause.org and you put in your zip code, and you get a whole list of them. And also what we've come to in our society, think that everything can be done on the internet. Everything can be, just give me an application to fill out and things like that. No, it's a people business. And it's more of a people business now than ever before, because we got so much goddamn information. So this fire hose, and you don't know good, bad, or whatever. But people who do this every day, they do know what's good or bad. They're the people you want to talk to, so you don't have, 200 million websites, and these are the two websites you want. It's like me. Okay, you're going to Google, but I give you two websites now. Every one. And that's the third one now. It is commoncause.org. And it's belly to belly, because also, don't forget, they don't get paid by you. And that's why I see what we're used to dealing with is people in the capitalist society. The capitalist society, everybody there wanting money from you is going to kiss your ass until you give them money, right? So we're sort of used to that. You have to come to me. No, it's the reverse. In working with nonprofits and government, you have to kiss their ass to get help, because they get the same paycheck whether they help you or not. So the only power you have in that situation is you and your personality and kindness. People want to help nice people. They don't want to help assholes.
Yeah.
So
but let's I want to talk about this because I'm sure people are hearing, okay, yeah, we know about our elected officials. We've sent them emails and nothing happens.
That's
or, like,
right.
we don't get any
That's right.
feedback. So, like, how can we kind of build that messaging? Or, like, if we're reaching out to different people on these government websites, and we'll definitely link up all those resources in the show notes for this episode. But how can we maybe work on our messaging, or how have you seen people be successful? Because I agree with you. It is a one-on-one. It is an in-person. There is a combination of the digital and the in-person that make this effective. So how do you kind of start to take it to the next level?
You make an appointment. Okay. I mean, that's the only way. Whether it's a phone appointment, but all these things. I mean, every congressman and senator, you have local offices for everybody. And the more you can get in front of it, I say it as like brown nosing as a student. I used to be a professor in computer science, and it was so easy to flunk people I didn't know.
Yeah.
But when the student would come at office hours and show me pictures of their dog or their parents, it was harder to flunk those people. Yeah, and because maybe you know them, they're human, and it's that human. You have to use your humanity. People want to help people. And that's what we're all. That's why you're in the nonprofit business, right? You know that. Yeah. So it's there too. Everybody's got a busy life and everything. So you come with cupcakes, anything, to make you human. So they want to help you more than the 12 other phone calls they have, and that's the only power. But see, that's free power. You don't have to get a big ad. You don't have to. Do whatever. You send the office a bag of cookies, or those stupid little things. I think have become more important now in our society because of a digital thing. I mean, because even the humans have become like AI because they answer your questions like they're AI. What the f is the difference? Why are you here as a person? And they have no soul in their answer or anything. And that's why my biggest thing, if I'm stuck with somebody on the phone, is trying to make them laugh first so I can get some goddamn humanity. Because it's boring as hell on both sides. They're just following the whatever, and you are. So that's why even when you call the office, I mean, hey, did you get that cake I sent you? Even though you didn't send it. Thanks for the goodness. Congressman doing all this work. I sent you a cake. Anything, to be unusual, or we're so time conscious and to be efficient, and efficient is boring. And we try to make organizations as efficient as hell. And we try to give everybody the answers, and it's not their answers. So they're not talking to a human because they've been given these answers. It's not theirs. Yeah.
Well, and I think too, it's a long game, right? Like you're not going to make one phone call or make one appointment, and So I think, let's just assume that we've kind of played the long game. We've sent the emails, we've made the phone calls, we have that appointment with our government official. What have you seen, in those meetings? What have you seen will allow them to be more successful in either getting that next meeting or moving to the next step to securing that funding?
Yeah, I think there's other things to do too. That's the traditional method, kind of thing. And I think what you have to do is also be creative in other ways to create income. That's, I think, the biggest problem with nonprofits is they're relying on grants. And I know there's laws and all this kind of stuff, but I think there's creative ways to do it. Look at Girl Scout cookies. Man, those suckers do billions of dollars, right? And Girl Scout cookies. And the company's ripping them off because they make almost nothing from the cookie. So why don't you find in your mission a service that is can monetize something? If there's something to monetize, your own campaigns and stuff like that, you have to use the creativity in your head. I mean, crowdfunding or whatever, issues like this, or a service. In other words, you have, I don't know, you're in pets, so you have a nonprofit that helps animals. Well, you start giving seminars on the best way to do with animals. I mean, geez, I know in my building, half the building has pets in it. Yeah, and an attractive seminar down in the lobby of the 10 things that you're doing wrong with your animals. And people would throw $50 at something like that. So you have a revenue generation thing, and that's why we all have something of value that people will pay for. In the capitalist portion. So that's why I think is figure out how to use the capitalist fortune section of our company to help you do the giving portion of what you want to do.
Well, and we talk about a lot of those strategies also on this podcast, because I agree with you. We do need to have a multifaceted approach. But I want to keep this episode focused on grants because it's not something that we talk a lot about. So I love your idea is great and fantastic, and I think that's totally true. We need to have multiple streams of revenue. But if this is an area that we're trying to grow in, kind of if 2025 grants are something like government grants specifically are somewhere where we really want to kind of push forward, you've given some great tips for where to find different resources, but how do we kind of increase our chances of conversion and like actually getting those yeses is what I would love to hear about.
I think that's personal relationships with the grantor. Never apply for a grant unless somebody says, yeah, you have a good chance. And I think too many people say, oh, this sounds like for us. Don't bother. Trying to find somebody in that organization if it makes sense for you to waste your time on that to get pre-qualified or whatever before you waste any time. I mean, that's sort of every situation is different, I'm sure. But I think no matter what, and we're trying to look for that magic, the 7 steps to doing anything. And I think a lot of times that's what ruins it, because you're trying to do something that may work for other people, but not for you. And that's why your authenticity is what you have to keep digging in, because particularly when you're in a stressful situation and trying to get that, then you're grabbing for anything. And that's good. I mean, that's not bad, because you're looking for ideas to spark something and create something new. But no matter what you do, it's really trying to your own authentic humanity. I mean, they're giving money to people, so that's why it's more the face-to-face, because then they trust you more if they saw you, and they're not going to run away to Acapulco with my money or whatever. So the more you can do that, I think, than anything else. And being pre-qualified. I mean, why? It's even government, for individuals, it's that. And also other ways to finance things through government programs. You, as a nonprofit, you could get contracts from the government. They give to nonprofits. So not only grants, but there's contracts. Now, here's another. It's called apexaccelerators.us. Now, they're people that are free consultants that help nonprofits figure out how they could get contracts from the government. And again, that's professional people that get paid to help you get a contract, and will never charge you. So that's another thing. As opposed to the grant section, you have contracts, and there's more contracts probably, than grants given out.
That's great. So many great resources. So if you're trying to implement and take a look at some of these opportunities, what's the lead time? And I know this is a very nuanced question, but as we're trying to think about our plans for 2025, if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start going after some government contracts. I think that for my organization could be a really interesting fit. Right. When would I realistically? I mean, is it 6 months or a year from now? I mean, that's more realistic. Some things we want to work on that's quicker that we can do right now, and then there's things that we're going to put in the long-term planning for.
Well, I think in all those can be either on contracts or grants. There may be quick, whatever. But if you want to do something, government work for grants and contracts. I mean, you're not going to get quickly. But other sections, like I told you about the training money for your people, that's it. Or free healthcare for your people that work for you, or free money to pay the rent, for your staff people. Go to this website. Go to findhelp.org. Now, what that is, it's a wonderful website. It's a Google for free money, particularly for living expenses. So if you have anybody on your staff that needs free legal help, they need healthcare help, they need home repair help, anything on their pets, a bill to pay their pets, or their car broke down, they can't pay. Go there, you'll find another nonprofit or government office that gives money to do that. And every city has 5,000 to 6,000, 7,000 organizations like that. Like in my city, I can put in, okay, if I want rent where I live, and I put in rent, put in my zip code and put in rent, 70 organizations that help you with rent, not one or two. See, people will try one or two government office. Oh, I don't apply to that. I'm too rich, too poor, or whatever, that I don't get. But you have 69 other places to check. So it's like grants. You went out to apply for the grant. They said no. I said, well, then I guess I can't get a grant. Nobody's giving grants, And it's that way with government programs.
I love that. Well, Matthew, you've given so many amazing tips and resources. And again, like I said, we'll have these linked up in the show notes at thefirstclick.net/287. Any last words of wisdom that you want to share with our listeners?
Well, what I'm living through now is that trying to convince people that your heart is smarter than your brain. We just we go to experts and get all these because we need help. We don't know what we're doing in life, so we'll grab some expert who does that. And they don't know either, and that's why I don't know what to do in my own life. What the hell gives me the audacity to think I could tell somebody else to do with their life? And the good stuff comes from your heart.
Yeah. No, I love that. Well, Matthew, if people want to connect with you, learn more about you, how you support nonprofits, how can they do that?
Leskohelp.com. Yeah, and that's a community of people, and I used to charge $10,000 and $20,000 for people like this, but this is only $20, and we build an organization now that I'm surprised by accident. Nothing. Nobody bought reference books anymore, so I had to figure it out. And where people help people get it, not me. I mean, we got like 12,000 people or more that help each other get grants, instead of just me telling her, I don't know. And they're more enthusiastic because they just got this, man, to share with people. So you can go to our website, and every day we have maybe 3-4 hours of live Q&A videos to people to ask their questions from people who already got this stuff. And that's just very pleasing to me.
I love that. Well, Matthew, I really appreciate you taking time.
Oh, one other thing. We're taking some of your work because we also give grants. What I couldn't get over, and it's a small little business we got on, but we became so profitable, I was embarrassed. So we give $70,000 a month back to members every month in profits. After we pay ourselves, we give the profits back. And we're not a nonprofit.
That's great.
But we do that, and that feels the best.
That's amazing. I love that. Practicing what you preach. That's great.
Right.
Well, Matthew, I thank you for taking your time to share your advice, your resources with our listeners. So thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure.
Okay, so which tool are you most excited to go after first? I hope that you will head on over to thefirstclick.net/287. We will have every single one of those resources there for you with quick and easy links that you can access and really start working on some additional funding resources and tools. I hope that you will check them out, but as always, don't get lost in the rabbit hole of all of these things. Make sure that you're using the tools in the way that are going to best support your organization in what you truly need right now and what your goals are for your organization right now, not in trying to make all of the things happen all the time. But again, there's some great tools there, and I'm sure that you might find some great ways to bring in some extra revenue for your organization or your staff training or all of the things as you continue to move forward and increasing your impact. For now, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you leave us a review. Connect with us. You can send us an email at hello@thefirstclick.net. We'd love to hear from you. And can't wait to have you hear the rest of the episodes that we have coming out through the rest of the year. For now, check out the show notes at thefirstclick.net/287, and I'll see you in the next one.